And we're recording live. It is time. It's time for a little bit of trade plan. Oh, looks like we just got filled on our first target. So we had, let me get my, what were we at? 675, 64.75 and change. Because, now that it's first one is filled at 81, it'll change the average. So now it's showing me at 64.74. And so I wanted to see if we can get on here and catch that live. Looks like we did that. The next one I would go with would be 84. Let's try to catch 84. It'd be nice to do here. We're trading it live. This is the E-mini S&P 500 Index Futures. Try to sell that second contract at 84. Let's get it on the board. Yes. So what is today? The 15th. This is Friday, August 15th. And it is 9:05 a.m. Central Standard Time. So we were long. We were looking for a back test. We got it. I put my first offer in at 64.80. Wait, I don't need to put that up there. I'll just tell you. 64.80. Then we went 64.79, 75, 73, and 70, and all five were hit. So, when it's hitting those limit orders, it's nerve-wracking time because, you don't know. Nobody knows if the market's going to just continue to keep going back down. But the plan said that we would defend and definitely defend all the way down to 69, just like yesterday. It was like, and I think it ended up, if we look at the chart, I'm sure I think it wicked into 69. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Hello. So that was yesterday's look. Let's go to today's look. We got the same 69 on there, and there it hit. Bang. So I was at 70, filled there. It's returned, went all the way up to 81, sold my first contract there. Then based on the price action, we'll see what we do from here. We got the 84 on the board. I still think we're heading back and reclaiming 6,500 today. I'm going to try to stick with that plan emotionally, because that's if I would have left a free bird out there yesterday, that last contract, I would have, because I took that last one nervously at yesterday. If you watch the videos, I know I'm just not making any sense if you are new to this channel. So trying to become a better trader, focusing on gold, silver, ES for the most part only. I did have a nice trade setup in Bitcoin yesterday. Then I got nervous, took it off, and it did exactly what I thought it was going to do. So we'll look at that again today to see if it sets up again and maybe take one contract, which one contract is pretty big in the Bitcoin futures. But yesterday I took that last one off at 64.83 because Trump was about to speak, and you never know what's going to happen. But if I would have left a runner on there, look, this thing went all the way up to, did it get into 65.10? Where did it get into overnight? Or that was this morning probably. 65.09. Oh, that was in the middle of the night. So right now, hanging out at 80. Actually, we got the number on there. It's hanging out at 79. Hanging out at 79. We're looking for that to be the next level of support. Regain its foothold here. Let's move this over a little, shall we? Regain a foothold at 79 plus, and then head back up to 90. Head back up to 90. Will it go in a straight line? Never. It never goes in a straight line. Gold, what's it doing right now? It's trying to make its way back up. I need it to be plus 90. Need it to be over 90, the trade I've been in since yesterday. And we got our first take profit at 98. So for that, it still has a long way to go. But we'll see based on the price action if I even stay in the trade once it gets over 90. Come on, get up there. Hello. Silver. Whoa, okay. We like that. Although I just put this on before clicking, well, probably 10 minutes before clicking the record button. And I didn't even put on, I was going to put on a 37,745 just to see if it came back down, and it has not come back down. But that's where I would look to trade silver today, 37,745, but it may not even come back at all today. And hopefully it doesn't, for silver's sake. Sitting on a bunch of physical silver, so all that's good. Okay, did it again. Oops, I did it again. So that's what I was looking at a few minutes ago, that I wonder if it'll just react the same way it did yesterday, and it did exactly that. I would look lower again to get in maybe one. Yesterday I had a 117,750 on, and it was here, like in this time frame. I'm like, it missed me. I better nervously take it off, and then it would have hit a couple minutes later, and then I could have followed that thing up. I probably would have taken it up to, knowing me and my plan in my mind, it probably would have been just under 119, but that would have been a nice trade. Would have missed the continuation, but that's all right. That's okay. What are we doing now? Still messing around with the 64.79. So let's go here. Put in our first limit that we got out at 64.81 limit order. And then hopefully we will sell all. I'm going to try to keep a runner today. It's Friday. Won't open again until Sunday. Never mind. I take that back. I'll be looking to be out of all 5 today. Hopefully that is in profit. In the funded account, I am up 537.92 on one trade. So that was nice. That was nice. One more look through here real quick like. Maybe 118 would be the number. 117,995. Just makes me feel better mentally to get a good deal. But I'll watch price action on Bitcoin for a while before I take a trade today. But if it is going to essentially do, because this is like a move that ES did, a big flush down, come up, reestablish itself, flush down lower, take it back, and then continue on. That's what the trade would be again to look at. So we got a flush, come up, flush back down again lower, get into the 117.9s, and then head back up to this yellow line and beyond. Gold, like I said, I'm looking for plus 90. First, take profits way up here at 98. But at this stage, I'd probably go ahead and add one at like 95. My first one. So we'll look to do that. Okay, still hanging out at 79, but that's what we want to see. Some time spent here. We don't want to see another flush right now. We want to see a little time spent here. 78, 79, 80, maybe a little above 80. Reestablish itself and then continue upward and get back up through into the 90s. So 80, 89. So what do I have on the board? In 84, I'd probably put an 89 on. In fact, we'll just do an 89 right now. We'll do another one right now. So at 84, sell, limit order. Yeah, I know how you roll. Let's go 88. We'll do 88, and then then we'd be down to 2 contracts. If we hit 84 and 88, yeah, then we'd be down to 2, and we'll decide what to do from there. That is update number 1. Update number 1 of the day on this Friday, August 15th, now 9:14 a.m. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, share with a lovable friend, leave me a beautiful comment, all the good stuff, and I will see you in the next video.